Merry Christmas. Oh, wait, no, that was yesterday's video. Sorry, today's Boxing Day, isn't it? I get confused. Happy Boxing Day, ladies and gentlemen. Now, it's a video I've been wanting to make a while today. My name is Ross Voice Radio, you know the deal. We're going to be making a video, I know it's a weird intro, right? We're going to be making a video today where we're looking at, well, it's basically a Pokémon TCG buyer's guide. Because you see, Christmas has happened and a bunch of people have received money for Christmas. That's a thing that happens. And we're also heading into a new year where people try new things, which could be the Pokemon trading card game. And I thought, might be a nice time to show a little bit of a buyer's guide. Now, unlike in the other games I cover on my other channel, Wassy Plays, I am in no way, shape or form actually going to attempt here to show you every Pokemon TCG product around. That would be absolutely ridiculous. So if you see a product out and about in the wild when you're looking for Pokemon stuff that I've not covered in this video, it doesn't mean it's not good, it doesn't mean you shouldn't buy it. Think of this as a nice little intro going through the main products, and if you've got any questions, hit me up on Twitter at the Wassy. That's the best way to get hold of me, that's what I check the most. So, you know, we can chat over there and life will be fun. But I think we need to start off today having a bit of a chat about expansions. Now, the thing is that booster packs are nice, and booster packs are quite cheap, because they're like £4 each. We're going to be using largely British currency here, just for ease of use. And it's fine, but they're not the best value, because you end up paying more than you would. You don't get any fun promos. If you just want to spend a couple quid on the Pokemon TCG, buying a random booster pack is good, but it's not generally recommended unless you just want a nice little hit, in which case, yeah, go for it. Now, in terms of expansions, the most recent expansion is Vivid Voltage. That is a set which just came out a month ago. It is the most recent set. So if you want the most up-to-date set, Vivid Voltage is where you're going. And, you know, the money card, so to speak, the sought-after card, is your Pikachu V Max. That is what everybody's after nowadays. Although the Rainbow Rare version, of course, is the more valuable of them. But everybody's after that Pikachu V Max. You can kind of understand why. The thing is that the set before that, set one back, shall we say, was Darkness Ablaze. And Darkness Ablaze was better as a set. Now, it's also got a Charizard V Max in, which people are kind of after. Now, there's no Rainbow Rare of that in the set, it's just Charizard V Max, but it's the card from the set. But the thing is that Darkness Ablaze brought in really good decks like Eternatus, like Centiskorch, etc. So if you're looking for a set which really put the game forward and is going to give you good cards, Darkness Ablaze is better than Vivid Voltage, but Vivid Voltage is the more recent among them. Now, there is another set that's around at the moment, although it's not often found in shops, it tends to sell out very quickly, and that is Champion's Path. Champion's Path is what we refer to as a special set. That is to say, generally speaking, we get a new Pokemon TCG set in February, May, August, and November. That is what we get. That is how we get them. The thing is that we also get special sets kind of once a year, like Champion's Path. Now, it's not a set for players, there are not many playable cards at all, but there are some real money cards in there, like, for instance, there is a Rainbow Rare Charizard V Max, which people are very, very much after. I think it's fair to say. There's also a shiny Charizard V as well, which is another one people go a little bit crazy for. Champion's Path is cool because you get a holo card in every single pack, but it's not a great set. It's really fun because you get a holo in every pack, and it's nice to chase the Charizards, and there are some other cool cards in there. If you're going to be playing the game, it's not a recommended set. If you just want to buy the odd thing because it looks cool, this is a recommended set. Do please bear in mind, you cannot buy packs of Champion's Path, though some shops will open products to sell them. You'll end up buying things like the Hatterene V collection or the Pin collections, which will come to about £5, $5 a booster pack, but then you'll get some promo cards, etc. along with them. But you cannot buy them separately. If you just want to be buying the set, you can buy yourself individual boosters, and that's fine. But you can also buy yourself what I consider to be better products. Free pack blisters are a particular thing that I enjoy. I very rarely buy packs. If I'm in the mood for packs, I will usually buy free pack blisters instead. You get yourself a coin, you get yourself a promo card, and you get yourself free packs of the set. I am convinced that you get better pulls from these than you do regularly. I have very little proof of this because I do not have the funds to carry out the statistical analysis needed, but I'm a big fan of these, and especially if their presence, etc., I do think these end up being a bit better. If your budget is a little bit higher, so you talk about £12 for those, if you're willing to spend about 40 quid, you can get yourself an Elite Trainer Box. And Elite Trainer Boxes are good because you get yourself 8 packs, which is pretty good. But you also get yourself a bunch of other stuff. You get yourself dice and condition markers, and you get yourself a how to play guide or a little guide, and you get yourself a whole bunch of energy. So if you're looking to be kind of doing a little bit of playing as well, Elite Trainer Boxes are really good things to go and pick up. They're a bit more expensive because there's a lot in them, but they're very cool nonetheless. If you can find the Champion's Path Elite Trainer Box, which is not an easy thing to do, but if you can, you get yourself a promo Charizard, and that is an excellent product to pick up. They're rarely found in the wild. They've just had a restock, but they've probably sold out already by now. If you do see them, they are great ones to go and actually try and pick up. There are other products that have boosters in, but generally speaking, I would say that your blisters and your Elite Trainer Boxes, that's generally what people go for. Anecdotally, I think the blisters have better pull rates. I think free blisters will give you more hits than an Elite Trainer Box will. But I have no actual proof or evidence for this, and you don't get all of the energy, etc., that you will get an extra booster for about the same price. So I leave them up to you. Now, if you want to get playing, I think it's an extremely easy thing to do. You want a League Battle deck. If you want to try and make yourself a competitive deck, and you want to start playing with quote-unquote real decks, go and buy yourself a League Battle deck. Now, a while ago, they released ones with Pikachu and Zekrom and Reshiram and Charizard. The Pikachu and Zekrom one is the better of the two. And they recently released a Zacian V League Battle deck. Honestly, if you want to get into making and building and playing proper decks, pick up 2 to 3 of these. They will accelerate your learning. They will also give you lots of staples that you need to actually build competitive decks. There are certain cards that you need in every deck, like Professor's Research, that you will get. I'm not saying you'll get all of them, but you'll get a bunch of them in these decks. And if you buy these decks and then you go and start looking at winning competitive deck lists online, you will find that you've already got pretty much all the staples, or at least a large amount of them, because you've picked them up in these decks. They are, if you're looking into playing, they are absolutely will not be beaten phenomenal. If, however, you just want to learn to play and you don't want to jump into the complicated best decks around, etc., might I suggest theme decks? I love theme decks. And if you want to start learning to play the game, and if you just want to have a few games and play along, theme decks are amazing. Now, the most recent ones from Vivid Voltage have Dreadnought and Charizard. They're all themed after a particular Pokemon. Do bear in mind that the Charizard theme deck is quite hard to get hold of for RRP. If you go into a video game store, bookstore, etc., you will be able to just find this at cost. They generally cost about 13 quid. But do please bear in mind that especially online sellers have started scalping this. Don't pay like 25 quid for this theme deck. I bought it at cost. I bought it at RRP. You should be able to find it if you keep your eyes open. It's kind of thing they sell in supermarkets, etc. It's something that I would quite highly recommend. It doesn't have to be these theme decks. It can be any theme decks whatsoever. But I do think these are particularly cool, especially the Charizard one. But then again, it is being scalped. You have been warned. But certainly, if you just want to learn to play the game, the League Battle decks are awesome, but they are built around real competitive strategies. If you want a nice kind of ease into the game, go and buy 2 to 4 theme decks and just go and have a little bit of fun. Now, There is another product that you really should be considering here if you're looking to get into the game and playing, and that is the Battle Academy. Now, the Battle Academy is basically Pokemon's way of turning the trading card game into a board game. And I'll be honest with you, they've done a pretty good job of it. I really, really like the Battle Academy. I think it's a cool thing. Essentially, what you get inside is 3 decks. 3 60-card decks, one featuring Raichu, GX, one featuring Charizard, and one featuring Mewtwo, the Pokemon you can see on the front of the box. Okay, it's Pikachu, but they had to put Pikachu on the front of the box. Now, if you're looking to play as kind of a standalone board game, this is amazing. If you want to really get into the game, I still think buying 3 theme decks is better, but it's also more expensive, and it's not built like a board game with a board with the rules on and all of that. Although you do get a little leaflet, to be fair. I think if you just want to know what the Pokemon trading card game is about, the Battle Academy is phenomenal. If you really want to get into the game, I still think theme decks and League Battle decks are better. But if you've got a bunch of people who are just interested in this, you can generally pick this up for like 20 quid. You'll have 3 decks, it's all playable outside the box, and they are supposed to be built to be quite competitive against each other. So I would recommend this a lot. If you're just looking to dip your toes into the game, this is a really cool place to start. Now, outside of all of those, you will see a variety of tins and V collections. Now, generally speaking, it's fairly similar, to be fair. You generally get 4 booster packs, and you get yourself a promo card, though the tins come with tins, which kids love keeping the cards in. And also, the V collections generally tend to come with jumbo cards as well. And these are all kind of cool. You need to be a little bit careful with these. They're not often, now Champion's Path like the Hatterene one I showed you is the exception. These are generally not tied to a particular set. So you will get a variety of booster packs. If you're new to the game, this isn't really an issue at all. But please do be warned, you sometimes get booster packs in there that you were maybe not expecting. Although the V collections you can generally see from the outside, the tins are a little more hidden. These are really hard to talk about properly because they're released at various different times in various different ways, and it's all a little bit weird. But you will see these on the shelves of shops pretty much all over. And if you're just looking for a Pokemon product to buy, these will generally run you somewhere around 20 quid. You'll get 4 booster packs and the promo card and either a tin or a jumbo. They're pretty cool. And if you want a generic Pokemon TCG present, these are probably about as well as you can do. Because you get the guaranteed Pokemon V, which is what people are after. Pokemon V are the shiny Pokemon at the moment. So if you're buying for a kid, these are pretty cool. Now, I do have 2 more quick recommendations before we finish. First of all, if you are buying for a kid, there are collector's chests. And the collector's chests are brilliant for kids. They're not necessarily great for older players, but you get yourself like a full-on lunchbox tin. The most recent one, incidentally, has got Pikachu and Charizard on, which are about the most popular Pokemon you can find. And they're not amazing value in terms of booster packs, but you get yourself 5 boosters, and you get yourself promo cards, and stickers, and a mini album to store cards in, and a notepad. It's a very, very kid-focused thing. If you're buying it for an older Pokemon fan, this probably isn't the one to go for. But if you're buying for a child, and you can give them a bunch of packs and some promos and a notepad and some stickers, and it all comes in like a lunchbox they can use in school, I don't think there is anything better. Now, my last recommendation, if you're feeling rich, if you've got a fair bit of money and you can find it for sale, which is the next problem, might I interest you in the Sword and Shield Ultra Premium Collection? Now, this one's going to run you like 100 quid. It ain't going to be cheap. But you get 4 booster packs from each of the 4 Sword and Shield sets. Sword and Shield, Rebel Clash, Darkness Ablaze, and Vivid Voltage. And you get yourself 2 super fancy gold cards. Plus you get yourself fancy gold coins, condition markers and dice. You get yourself 2 sets of sleeves and a player's guide. It looks awesome if you've got £100 to spare, which there's a very good chance you don't. But I had to mention it there. There are plenty of products I haven't mentioned here because it is seriously exhaustive how many there are. And there are some which are specific to particular stores and countries, etc. What we've done is we have run through the main products and I've basically told you what they are and who would want them and when you would be interested. For now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to hear from you guys. Which of these are you bought? Which of your favourites? Do you have any recommendations? I would love to hear them in the comment section. But as always, the most important thing is go nuts, but be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing is always, the actual most important thing is always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.